This is Transformers Animated, Toys R Us exclusive, Rodimus Minor. Hasbro decided to release this one as a Toys R Us exclusive. Out here in Manila, it is a Toys R Us exclusive, and it is quite difficult to track down, especially with a lot of fans really hunting for this guy. If you're in Manila and you're probably looking for him, you haven't had any luck, you might want to try our toys. In Green Hills for the our Toys has a good selection of very hard to find Transformers, Iron Man figures, and G.I. Joes, as well as Gundam figures. So check the store out. Okay, great figure, one of the last few releases by Hasbro, and if we are to see any more of the animated figures, I guess it's all up to Takara right now. Very show accurate. If you remember the episode Transwarp, he was battling a bunch of Decepticons on a certain, I don't know if it was an asteroid or a barren place. He came armed with this cybernetic bow with two arrows, two launching missiles. They actually do fire. They have a good strong spring-loaded mechanism, which I'm not going to show now, but if you push these buttons, they do fire a good distance. So very nice. If you do want to recreate the, I don't know if you can, if you want to recreate that scene, if you have all the other animated figures that was released by Hasbro, and this one by Takara, you can sort of recreate that transwarp scene. Now all that's missing now is Brawn and Strika, I suppose, and Spitter. You could. It's a shame, you know, we're not going to get those figures from Hasbro. Maybe Takara Tomy might, you know, might think about it. I don't know. I guess it's all up to Takara to listen to the fans whether those figures will ever see the light of day. So, very nice. Okay, well, let's get rid of some of these figures. So we have space for Rodimus. Okay. Alright, the figure is well articulated in the legs. Some fans were remarking he has spindly legs. Yeah, they're sort of a little bit thin. Wish they could have put more bulk in it, but they have to be show accurate, right? Very nice, great detail on it. Very poseable because of the ball joints and swivel hinge joints, ball jointed hips. The hips are actually tight. The ball joint on the hips are tight. They just seem loose on some reviews because the weight of the upper torso is so much. And I don't think there are certain angles that the ball joints will not support the weight of the upper torso. The only sad thing about this figure, which sort of bugged me a bit, was the articulation of the shoulders. Because of the high shoulder pads, it is very difficult to get the archer's pose on this figure, and you know, I've been finagling and sort of twisting and turning some of the joints just to get him into this position, but that is one flaw that I see in this mold. But other than that, it is a wonderful mold, and it is just amazing. I will probably keep this one out of packaging just so I could display him in archer mode. I mean, just shooting those energon arrows. Okay, another comment I wanted to say was, okay, let me just show you the light piping very quickly. Right there, oh my goodness, phenomenal light piping. Very ominous looking Rodimus. Some reviews have pointed out that the back, the V-shaped crest at the back that forms sort of his wings is loose. On my figure, it's actually not. It's pretty tight, so don't worry about it. If you find it, I think it's a case-to-case basis, a hit or miss kind of thing. That some figures will have it loose, some will have it tight, like mine. So let's get rid of the bow and show you the figure. Standing up, he's pretty tall. Bit massive on the upper torso, as you can see with Ironhide. Even if you do stand up Ironhide, Rodimus looks up. No, they're the same height. Sorry, my bad. They're sort of the same height. Yes, they are. Just that because of the sheer mass on his upper torso with the spindly legs, he does seem a little bit tall and lanky a little bit taller than Ironhide, but come to think of it, head to toe, they're almost the same height. Okay, that's that. So, very good articulation. You can do so many things, especially the elbows, they're double jointed, wrists are double jointed, the shoulders I've already mentioned the problem with it, ball jointed hips, knees, and thigh swivel, and the ankles. So very nice. He even has a waist swivel, mainly due to transformation. And the neck is a ball joint, so very nice. Okay, so that's that. Wonderful, wonderful figure. I cannot praise this guy enough or recommend it. I mean, by now I'm sure you can already guess I will recommend this figure, even if you're not an animated fan, because it is one of the best Rodimus figures out there. So let's get him into alt mode, shall we? It's a cool transformation. It's just it's hard to imagine that he can fit all of these parts into a small car, but it does. The engineering is very sound on this one. It is spot on, and it is like one of the best transformations I've seen for an animated figure. So let's get down to it. You want to go ahead and fold the arms, the hands or the fists, like this. You want to go ahead and join the lots of G1 about this figure, the flames and all that. I did notice that the exhaust pipes were pointed in the other direction compared to the G1 figure, but it doesn't really matter. But very, very G1 accurate, except for, I guess, the head. The head is a little bit cartoony, too cartoony to be G1. So you're going to raise the arms that way. Okay. Then, okay, you want to go ahead and just, I'll leave the legs for later. Just fold these, fold this one up, fold this one down, untab the cockpit, and then you're going to go ahead and fold this one up so he doesn't peek out of the cockpit. It can easily be remedied by turning the head 180 degrees in the opposite direction. Well, that's what 180 degrees is, right? So 180 degrees, or turn it up like that, and the head's gone. Simple. Alright, then what you want to do is open up the wheels. You want to go ahead and detach the shoulder from where it was pegged right there. Then what you want to do is you just want to keep them like that for now. You go ahead and rotate the waist piece. Then what you want to do is raise the feet like that. You want to go ahead and lower the thigh, these thigh pieces. I mean, once you forget to do one step of this transformation, it's so difficult. I mean, the pieces are not gonna fit. That is how precise the transformation is. So that's how exact the engineers made the transformation. So you got to do every single step of the transformation. All right, and all that's left are the legs. Go ahead and fold up the feet. It's nice, even though the way the ball hinges transform on this one, there is only one way you can fold the feet up, and it's like that. It locks itself into place. And then untab the shins. This is another cool and neat feature, which really compresses the legs together. And then all that's left to do is really just tab in the panels. Hold on. Alright, and then just tab the... Oh, see, that's what I was saying. I always forget that. You gotta fold up the... Autobot symbol. Oh, come on. Like that. And reveal the engine, and then you can fold up the feet. I tried doing it once and I forgot to do that. The feet would not tab in. So every single bit of transformation is absolutely critical and crucial. So there you have it. Rodimus Minor in his sleek race car alt mode. There is a way to tab these things in right here. You just be careful you don't launch the missiles accidentally. You can still tab it even with the missiles on. There's really no problem. So, but he looks great even without it. So we're gonna keep it on this at the side. I did want to do a small size comparison with the Classics Rodimus. The figure turns out in robot mode to be a little bit bigger than this one, but when you transform them into alt mode, this one is a little bit longer than this one. So again, very, very G1 in style and aesthetic, as you can see with this one. This one is so G1. Not exactly G1. There's some subtle differences, but this is good enough for me. I wasn't really a fan of the G1 figure. So, very nice. Very, very cool indeed. So, if you can still track down this figure, I cannot recommend it enough. You've got to get this one. Animated fans out there, this is one of the holy grails out there. And even for those who are not fans of the animated show, the Transformers animated program, you can, if you're a big fan of Rodimus, gotta get this guy. I'm not even a fan of Rodimus. I mean, I liked Hot Rod in the movie, but in the season 3 of Transformers G1, I really didn't like him as Rodimus Prime. But I still love the animated figure as well as the character. So there you have it, Transformers animated Toys R Us exclusive Rodimus Minor. Thanks for watching.